How's everybody today? Yes, you're all good? Everybody working on their holiday gifts and stuff? Who still has things to buy? Who has more shopping to do? You have more shopping to do, William? Okay, good to know. But you're all happy, yes? Okay, so we have a really fun show planned for you today. Actually, we have a fun show tonight. How many people are coming to a Broadway Christmas? Okay. Yes, Kevin will be selling tickets afterwards, but yes, so yes, you should have been here yesterday. All of us were in the sanctuary singing Broadway show tunes for like 3 hours. It was great. And then I decided to choreograph some of it, so none of them were talking to me. But that's another story. But they'll be happy tonight when they do it correctly, right, people? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're all right here. So there we go. So we're going to start things off a little bit differently today. We're going to do a song for you. I'm not. Someone's going to get up here and sing a song for you that's going to kind of set the theme for the rest of your week. How's that sound? So I just want you to give her some love and affection and let her just tell you the word that we're looking for this week. You're going to know it right away when she sings it. So take a deep breath and please welcome Susan Edwards-Martin.
Hello, hello. Good morning. Hi. So nice to be here. Hi. Yes. Yes. Say yes. Life keeps happening every day. Say yes. When opportunities come your way, you can't start wondering what to say. You never win if you never play. Say yes. There's mink and marigolds right outside, and long white Cadillacs you can ride. There's nothing gained if there's nothing tried. Say yes, yes. Don't say why, say why not. What lies beyond what is not. So what? Say yes, yes, yes I can, yes I will, yes I'll take a sip, yes I'll touch, yes of course, yes how nice, yes I'd happily, thank you very much, yes, oh yes. There's lots of chaff, but there's lots of wheat, say yes. You might get mugged as you cross the street, but on the other hand, you might greet that handsome stranger you've longed to meet. Say yes, 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 I'll walk, yes, I'll look, yes, I'd love to do such and such. Yes, I'll try, yes, I'll dare, yes, I'll fly, and yes, I'll share, and yes, I am, and yes, I'll be, and yes, I'll go. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, my question to you today is... Very funny. My question to you today is, what are you ready to say yes to? We're in the holiday season. People's minds get so crazy and so cluttered and so busy. But what do you want to say yes to this holiday season? What do you want to say yes to? How about, I'm going to say yes to a peaceful, beautiful, joyful, fun holiday season. How's that sound? Who wants that? Then say yes. Okay, who wants a new year filled with opportunity and creativity and prosperity? Yes. It's that simple. You just have to say yes. Because you know what you could also say yes to? Oh, it's going to be a really busy Christmas season. I've got such a headache. Yes. Well, nobody said yes. Shocking. So whatever you use your mind to say yes to, the universe says, yes. And it just doesn't care what you tell it yes to. You tell it yes to lack, and it says, yup, here you go. You say yes to prosperity, and the universe says, yes. Really? The universe is a lot more energetic than you people. So, some people in this center have said yes to some amazing, amazing things. And I would like to introduce you to the brand new crop of practitioners at this center who went through 6 years of training, from Science of Mind 100 all the way through to Science of Mind 300, to practitioner studies, all the way through to, and being with me through most of it, that takes a lot. All the way through to taking their panels, taking a test. Of course, it was open book this year, so the other classes are very annoyed. They took this very intense test, then they took their panels, and they all came through it with flying colors. And we get to add to our 40-plus practitioners at this center. So not by name, I'm just going to invite you all to please join me on stage for a second. Awesome. There are the new practitioners of the Global Truth Center. Okay, you can all sit down for 1 second. I'm just going to give you the microphone. Just say something. Anything.
Me first?
Yes.
Yes, it was wonderful. It was a great experience. My life changed in that 2 years of the prac class, and what an amazing group of people I got to spend the time with.
And this isn't all of them, because we're missing Christy Bockins-Reeves, who I don't know. She'll probably come in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yes. And Thor Chalgren is up in the booth running the whole service.
Right.
Who else? Oh, and Ron LeMay from Florida, but he's not here. But here's what's funny. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. Go ahead.
Oh, me now?
Yeah.
Again, this was an incredible experience. And it was 6 years. I didn't even think of it that way, but yeah. And it's amazing. And all of these people that we've gotten so close over this time, and being part of the center in a bigger way has been life-changing. So thank you, and thank you, and... Oh, I'm Genevieve. You know who I am.
Pass the mic. I have a
right.
whole service to do.
My name is Karina.
And I promised Karina she wouldn't have to talk, so.
So this is great. I'm saying yes right now. The oneness that I have experienced with all of these people and all of the people in the center, I consider Scott part of our oneness here, has just been such a gift to me. And I feel grateful and proud, and my cup runneth over.
And I'm Pam Ninneman. My husband Gary, we're from the Seattle group, and I said yes a while back, and my life has transformed in ways that I cannot even explain. And I feel so connected and so loved, and I cannot thank James and all of the amazing teachers and educators here for the gift that we receive each and every day, in the consciousness of love that we hold so deeply. And I'm so, so blessed. So thank you so much for this day.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Ninneman, also from Seattle. Such thrilled to be here. Practitioner experience was really, really powerful, as you've heard, and an incredible oneness and connection, of course, within the practitioner group, but really the ability to just hear others' hearts now at such a deep level. James really taught me how to listen. And I spend a lot more time in thoughts of the absolute instead of the struggles of the relative. So it's made an amazing difference in my life, and I just look forward to paying it ahead.
Thank you. You don't get to talk. This is Francisco. He's not going to speak right now because he's staying on stage. But let's give it up for our new practitioners. Okay, how exciting. So, as you know, every Sunday, another practitioner or minister comes up and we discuss our theme of the month here at this center. And for his very first time, Francisco, our brand new practitioner, gets to discuss this. So that's why I didn't tell him he could speak, because he's going to speak right now.
I'm going to be doing a lot of speaking, I guess.
You're going to do a lot of speaking right now. So, explain, Lucy. No. So, what is our theme this month?
It is awakening.
Awakening. So, how have you awakened this month? When you've heard this theme, like what happened? What did you think?
Well, I was thinking that I just was awakening to the inner self. What everybody, or what science of mind has always been teaching, is that everything is within us. And it's just awakening to that. It's just always feeling that love, like absolutely figuring out that love is a superpower. It basically just obliterates anything that can stand in front of you. If you could just be at peace and not feed into the fear that may want to come in, then it just all works out.
I love that. Love is a superpower. While we're at it, let's talk about our vision statement at this center. Ready?
Love only. Give everything. Remember who you are.
So if we were to awaken to this and actually live this, love only, forgive what?
Everything.
And remember who you are. How are you doing with those three?
Those are the superpowers right there.
So you're doing good? How's love only?
How's love only?
How is love only? How do you live it?
By embracing it. So anything that appears, any situation or circumstance, just saying thank you. Thank you for it, because I know something amazing is going to come from it.
And you know what? You just said it. By embracing it. Which that means saying what to it? Yes.
Yes.
That's our word for the day. So saying yes to loving only. That's the thing, I was talking to somebody about, we have a lot of lyrics to learn for this show coming up, and most of us are of a certain point, we're at a certain point in our careers where memorization's not something we do every day anymore. So I was giving a little lecture yesterday to all of us about how we cannot just say, oh, I'm never going to remember these lyrics, because what does the universe say?
Yes.
No, it doesn't say okay. It's not, The universe is definite. It says yes. But if you say, I have no problem, I will know everything I need to know, the universe says,
yes.
How's your memory?
How's my memory?
It's great. So good. I love that. So we embrace it. That's how we love only, by embracing it. How are you doing it? Forgiving everything.
It's a way of life. You have to. And why drag around a bunch of stuff that just drags you down?
How many people here still have some stuff that they need to forgive? Okay, what are you waiting for? It's time. How many of you would like to leave that stuff in 2023? 2, sorry. Well, some of you are probably 22. No. How many of you want to leave that stuff in 2022? Great. Well, you know what you have to do to leave it? Say,
yes.
Yes, it's gone. Done.
Let it go.
Done? Are we done? Good. That's good. Thank you.
Great.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
So no, you're not done.
Oh,
you
not
kidding?
done. Okay.
Yeah. No. So how's it feel being up here? I mean, this is what you want to do with your life.
It's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I gotta pick up my chest a little, like teaching us this morning.
Yeah, right. I mean, do you feel the power in this room? Everyone here is filled with love.
Yeah, and just the loving support that everybody's been showing.
Yeah, they're all like beaming love at you right now. Can you feel it?
Absolutely.
You're blushing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that you can still blush. That's lovely.
Well, maybe that'll go away at some point, right?
No, I still blush. I just blushed the other day. Someone pointed it out to me.
Oh.
Yeah. So good. So you feel complete up here?
Feeling great. Ready for more.
Ready for more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Francisco. Thank you. What? Oh my God, Francisco, come back up here. I totally forgot. You got to lead them in the affirmation. I know. Thank you, Thor. Thor actually gave us that. It's right in front of you. So you all ready to do the affirmation?
Yes. All right, well, I'll say it once, and then everybody will join me. I am awakened to my deepest desires.
Are you?
Absolutely, and I really want you to feel it when you say deepest.
Yes. Let's do this.
Deepest.
I am awakened to my deepest desires. Beat, beat, beat. Yes. How's that? Let's try that today.
All right. Should I go first again, or?
You tell them what you want them to do.
All right, join me this time. I am awakened to my deepest desires. Yes!
Can we do it one more time? Everybody up. Everybody stand. Let's take that energy into the ceiling, folks. Okay? You too, William. Stand up. Scream it out, okay? Especially the yes. Okay, here we go.
I am awakened to my deepest desires. Yes!
How's that feel? Okay, now give it up for Francisco. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. And Thor, if you could turn the lights down a little bit. I know it's on the other side of the booth. Or it's right there. Thank you. So, the thing about this teaching is that it can tend to be very cerebral. It can tend to be very heady. And it's just our minds. But the thing about this teaching is that when the mind drops into the heart, and we are operating from the combination of the two, our lives transform. So I want you to take a deep breath. This is a beautiful song by Michael Gott called Nearer Than the Air. And it's a reminder to all of us that right where you sit, right where you are, everything is possible. Everything is God. Everything is love. And when we realize that, that's when all of that energy comes in. So just take a deep breath and listen to these words. It's like the air around you. It's like the sunlight on your face. Feel the love of God surround you. You are touched by amazing grace. And all you've ever wanted and all you've ever needed is already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. Now if you would open your eyes for a moment and just look at this magnificent world we live in. So many images, so many designs. Everywhere we go, there God is. God meaning that infinite life source, that infinite expansive love. It's who I am, it's what I am, it's where I am, it's why I am. So just breathe that in and allow yourself to just dissolve right into all of these beautiful images. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me, and I am touched by amazing grace. And all I've ever wanted, and all I've ever needed is already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. Take a deep breath and just let it out. And say yes. Thank you, Thor. So now that I have you where I want you, I'm going to talk a little bit. Where you just landed in consciousness, stay right there. And let what we talk about today land at that level of consciousness, where you know who you are, you know where you are, and you know why you are. So I want to pick up from something I said last week, the last time I was here, and I did say it last week in Palm Desert as well. And I want to start with the Pema Chodron quote that I used. And she said, we already have everything we need. There is no need for self-improvement. All these trips that we lay on ourselves, the heavy-duty fearing that we're bad and hoping that we're good, the identities that we are hoping and dearly clinging to, the rage, the jealousy, the addictions we may have, never touch our basic wealth. They're like clouds that temporarily block the sun, but all the time our warmth and brilliance are right there. This is who we really are. And then my favorite part of this quote. With one blink of an eye, we are one blink of an eye away from being fully awake. So our theme this month is awakening. We are that close to being fully awake. And you know what? Where you just got to, I am knowing, where I just got to, is right there. That's it. That place where you know who you are, you're just dissolving into it all. So the title of my talk today is, How Bright is Your Light? So how bright is your light? All of you. Is it bright? Whose light is like blaringly bright? Okay, good. Wait, Marilyn, what is that? It's like, were you questioning yourself? Or is your light having a short? Sort of, there it is. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in this beautiful house. Not that I was surprised, I helped build it. But I woke up in this beautiful house, but my husband he has Christmasized our entire house. There's nowhere I can go in my house that some Santa isn't looking at me. Even in the bathroom, there is a little Santa sitting right there. You know, you wake up, you're like, oh, whoa. Everywhere. Santa's everywhere. But more importantly, and there's reindeer everywhere, and his grandmother's little thing that she had at Christmas. I mean, they're everywhere. And it is so beautiful. And which is ironic that we found a part of the tree we forgot to decorate. We were looking at the tree. Apparently, we decorated it on Tuesday, and we were like, me, Kevin, and Will stood back and went, oh my God, this is the best we've ever done. We went to bed. We woke up the next morning, and I was like, we didn't decorate that whole part of the tree. How much wine were we drinking while we were decorating the tree? So, but I digress. So I woke up this morning, and it was still dark out. But I looked, my bedroom is all glass, looking out to this magnificent backyard. And I walked over just to see if Kevin was sitting in the living room, and he wasn't. but all the lights were on. And in the dark, this gigantic Christmas tree with all of these lights and the mantle with all of these twinkling white lights were everywhere. And my heart, I just was like, I am in heaven. This is like Kevin heaven. I am in Kevin's heaven that he literally built for me. And it connected something inside of me. Something inside of me connected with that Christmas tree and the lights and all, and I just lit up. Do you know that feeling when your heart just quells? Because today's the first day of Hanukkah. I need to use a lot of Jewish expressions today. So quell. My heart just quelled as I looked at all of these lights. And what it means is my heart just, that was how to say it, right, Tiffany? Thank you. She went, Heart opened up, just burst open. So last night we had our Christmas caroling event, and 50 some odd people showed up to go Christmas caroling in our neighborhood, and it was wonderful. It's always so much fun when you go to a house and there's 50 people standing. I wonder what some people think when they're in their house and they all have those doorbells now that they can see who's out there. When you ring their bell and they look, they go, there are 50 people standing in front of our house. Do not open that door. Luckily, most of our neighbors know that we Christmas carol at Christmas time. And it was beautiful. One house we rang on, this was my favorite. And we love them. We love this family. They just had a baby. Kevin rang on the door and we're all standing out there. And I decided, I said, let's just start singing. So we're like, dashing through the snow. And the husband comes out and he goes, we just got her to sleep. We just got the baby to sleep. And we were like, oh, cancel. He's like, jingle bells. And then we waited. And then the mother came out and went, it's okay, but she's sleeping. So we moved it along. But someone said to me last night, and this is what my whole talk ends up being about, which is funny. People say, what's your talk about, like on a Wednesday? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. Something could happen Saturday night that provokes Sunday morning, which is exactly what happened. So somebody said to me last night, they said, that is the biggest Christmas tree I have ever seen inside a house. And I was like, really? It's big. What is it, 12 feet or something? It's a big Christmas tree, but we have a big living room with a big ceiling. And I said, it's not the size of the tree. It's the size of the house that makes the tree look big. If you put this outside, it would just look like a normal Christmas tree. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, the size of the effect of the Christmas tree is limitless. What you get from, whether it's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree or a 12-foot Christmas tree. But when you put this 12-foot Christmas tree inside a house, it looks enormous. You know why? Because it's limited by the size of the house. We couldn't get a 15-foot Christmas tree because it wouldn't fit into our house. So there's two sides to this talk today. One is, it doesn't matter how big your Christmas tree is. The effect that Christmas tree brings is yours to design. What does it do for you? So when my talk title is, How Bright is Your Light? Is your light bright enough to see every aspect of life from the concept of limitless? Not from the concept of, like Francisco said, or no, it wasn't Francisco, it was Gary, who said, I now think from the absolutes more than I think from the relative. I don't look at something as, oh, that's small, that's big. What does it do to my heart? How does it open me up? And I think one of the things I got from this last night is, I think these bodies we live in, and this world that we live in, sometimes feels constrictive. Especially as we get older and older and older, sometimes we think of our bodies as being less than. Small. I was talking about it this morning. People say as you get older, you get smaller. No, you don't. You do not get shorter as you get older. Life weighs you down, so you may walk around like this as you get older. But I have a body person, a physical person that works with me every week, constantly reminding me to move these clavicles up. And now some people say to me, my son said to me, he goes, Dad, you've gotten taller. I was like, no, you keep walking like this, and I'm now walking like this. So now he's annoyed because I come at him with my fingers constantly to just touch his clavicle and go, stand up straight. You're all going to be doing this now. Trust me, it works wonders. But the real point is, there is a form to your life that could possibly limit it. There's a way for you to look at your life, your body, your relationships, your careers, where you limit it. You're the house holding the Christmas tree. So you've built and bought and purchased and have decorated a 6-foot Christmas tree because your living room's only 8 feet tall. Some of us have built lives that we've built because somewhere along the line, we've thought our life is an 8-foot tall life. And yet, what are we really? We are limitless. So when I say, how bright is your light, I really mean this infinite light that you are. How much of it are you letting out? Just recently, someone said something to me that someone said to me when I was like 20 years old. And I was so shocked. I was like, that is so funny. Yet my reaction was very different from when I was 20. So I'll tell you the 20 one first. When I was 20, I got my first big professional production of The Wizard of Oz. Who do you think I played? Who said Dorothy? Did you really say Dorothy? I knew someone would say Dorothy, but I didn't think it would be heterosexual Eric Bork. Yes. So, okay. I played the Scarecrow. Thank you very much. So I played the Scarecrow. And the cast was all, I'd just gotten my equity card. They were all really actors that had been on Broadway, really successful actors. And we were going to Detroit to open at the Fisher Theater. And it was an odd cast because they'd all been Broadway stars, and a couple of them, like Aunt Eller and all, they were older actors. And I see it now. They were not happy with their lives. They weren't happy with their careers. They were now doing The Wizard of Oz, whereas they had been on Broadway. So, they were in a very different mindset than I was as the 20-year-old who was like, my first big job, and I'm one of the stars of the show, because the Scarecrow really is the star of the show. So that was my concept. So I am doing this show, and I'm like so excited about everything, which I can now see could be annoying if you're a depressed actor. That, if you're an actor that's like is a has-been in their mind, I'm like, everything's possible, it's all good. And this woman looked at me and went, you are way too happy. She says, and your light, that light of yours, you need to dim it down for the rest of us. And she said this in front of the director, who took me aside and went, never dim your light, which was great. Although I didn't really hear that because I was sobbing. I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, I was like Sally Field. They don't like me. They don't like me. I was like, these people don't like me. And the next day, they all got up, got into a bus, and went to Canada without me. I was left all alone in Detroit. Are you sad yet? Feeling bad for me? I was left all alone in Detroit, but I still had a fun day. I remember I still had a fun day. But that was when I was 20. Dim your light for the rest of us. Just recently, someone said to me, you are too happy. You are just so positive. It's hard to be around you sometimes when we're really upset because you're just so positive with everything. You would do better. You would do better if you really dimmed down a bit so that you could match all of us. Then give us your wisdom. Now, I didn't cry. I didn't get all annoyed. I didn't get upset. And I said, if I were to dim down so that I could equal everyone, I'd have nothing to share. And I left it at that. And the person was like, I think she got more annoyed. She was like, well, but that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Where do you dim it down or dumb it down? Where do you let the world tell you how bright you get to be? I get that many of us want to fit in, but if by fitting in you have to dim down or lower your wattage or forget who you are, then it's not worth the effort. Because trust me, there will be another group of people who will want that wattage that you have. So there's this wonderful speaker. Her name is Hiral Nagda. Anybody know her? Ever hear of her? She has a thing called Inspire Limitlessness. And she says this, test your limits, you will find none. I know you're all like, what? Test your limits, you will find none. Now here's the thing. Test your limits means look at what you think you can't do and test it, and you will find none. Unless, in my understanding of this philosophy, unless you've already decided you can't, which is why we started with this song today. Your answer to everything that you want needs to be yes. And when she says test your limits, it means do not accept no for an answer. Take the next step. Keep your light shining. Do not dim it because someone has told you that's never going to happen. Have you ever had an idea that you go to your friends and you're like, I'm going to do this? And they're like, oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. I remember when I first told my family, I said, I'm going to go be a Broadway star. And they were all like, how? I was like, because I'm going to go to Broadway. And they was like, Jimmy, you don't really sing, you don't really dance, you haven't studied any of this. Why would you think you're going to go to New York and be a Broadway star? And I was just so clear. But I will say, my wattage did not dim. My answer to all of those naysayers was always brighten it more. Maybe I could block them out, just push them away. But I said, I'm going to go to New York and be a Broadway star. When I got to New York, I realized, yes, I'm not the greatest singer in the world. I wasn't at that point. I am not the greatest dancer. Again, not yet. And my acting was all natural. I didn't study it. So what did I do? When she says, limit yourself, no, that's the other one. Test your limits, you will find none. I decided to test them. How good am I? I went to auditions. I couldn't pick up the dancing. I remember Bob Fosse. He would give the same audition, every audition. It was the same combination. It was this T for 2 thing. And first time I failed out. But then I found someone who knew it, taught it to me. Second Bob Fosse audition, I got to the second ground. And then he did another combination. Again, I failed out because I hadn't learned it. And I found someone, learned it again. 3 levels. I finally got through all of Bob's auditions. Everybody's cut. He's left about 10 or 15 of us. He only needs 5. And then he goes down the line and he says, shakes everybody's hand. Thank you, you were great. When he gets to me, he goes, you have worked so hard to get to this point. But I'm here to tell you, I'm probably never going to cast you in anything because you're just not that type of dancer. And I was like, thank you so much, Mr. Fosse. I'm crying inside. Months later is when I got my big Broadway break. And the truth is, and I saw Bob came to the show, came to my dressing room, and he said, this is your dancing. Because I'm more of a Michael Kidd dancer. I'm more of a, believe it or not, butch dancer than all the Fosse stuff. You know, I just couldn't get it. My hips just never quite. Now I can do it. A lot of good it does me, but now I can do it. So it's all about testing your limits. Don't limit your ideas and your desires just because you get a no. And there's nothing like the end of the year to hear this message for myself, to get this message when someone suggested I might want to dim it down a bit. So her next quote is this: limit yourself from following the limits of other people. Many people will tell you how it's not going to work. When I opened my first church, which is this church, back in North Hollywood, I was told, you are going to fail. Literally, you will fail if you open a church in a theater and try to do both. And I did not listen to them at all. CSL even sent a representative to my first board of directors meeting where that representative told my board that they would do better if they would talk me into making church my only priority and forget all the theater stuff. She left the room and they all went, you're not doing that, right? I said, no. And we continued to build a thriving church and a thriving theater community, and they fed one another. And that's why the NoHo Arts Center just kept growing and growing and growing and growing till we outgrew it. But if I had listened to people based on the way they had lived their lives and limited my life based on their experience, I would not be standing here today. I'd probably be back on Broadway. So I have another quote for you by Tony Robbins, and he says this: questions provide the key to unlocking our unlimited potential. Questions. So I'm here to ask you, what questions do you need to ask that deserves a yes?
You all have them. You all have many questions. Questions you need to ask yourself that needs a yes at the end of it. Will I succeed at this?
Yes.
Is this what is mine to do? Wait for it. And I do mean wait for it. Is this mine to do? Hear it, and you will hear the universe at some point in some of those questions say,
Yes.
and sometimes you'll hear the universe say, and they do it like that. It's like, maybe not now. No, but you will hear. But I love that Tony Robbins says, use questions. Ask yourself and listen for the answer. Is this mine to do? And when I hear, is this mine to do? And the answer is yes, my next question can't be how. Because that's usually our next question. And the how gets us to a no. The how gets us to a I'm not sure. The how gets us to a this looks difficult. Stick with the yes. Is this mine to do? Yes. The next thing has to be, I know exactly what to do here. That light inside of you is ready to burst forth with every single idea you have for this new coming year. Everything you want your life to be, everything you want your life to evolve into, it's right there. And that light is just waiting for you to open up the shutters and allow it to come out, because the universe is ready to say yes. So I have another quote by Pema Chodron. She says, by becoming intimate with how we close down and how we open up, we awaken our unlimited potential. By becoming, the word is, intimate with how we close down, how we shut down, and how we open up, we awaken our unlimited potential. One of the things I love most about mental muscle, and how many people here are in mental muscle right now? Great. One of the things I love about what we are all doing is we are facing, why do I shut down? And when am I open? What are the reasons? And when I get there, and I can back that up to a belief and understand why I still shut down, if I were to have shut down when someone said, you know, your ministry, you guys are really happy a lot, and it is a little offsetting. You know, now if I were still the 20-year-old, I'd be okay. I should. You're right. I should dim this down a bit. No, because I know myself. I know what that came from. That came from an insecurity, a low self-esteem, an uncertainty of who I was. I know who I am now, and if you can't get with my brightness, then go sit in the shadows. That was a little harsh. If you can't get with my brightness, then find someone else that brightens your day. I have a thing on my wall that says, if you're not being fed, don't come here to eat. Don't come to my restaurant and tell me what I should be serving. Either come here because you like what I'm serving, or go find someone else's dishes to eat. So, in conclusion, when I ask you the question, how bright is your light? The answer is as bright as you want it to be. Which means I've just put this all back in your lap, because that's the way it works. How bright is your light, Pam? It's pretty bright. You want it to be brighter? Yes. Yeah, of course. How big is your bright, Dr. Tiffany? Pretty damn bright. It's pretty damn bright, isn't it? Couldn't it be brighter? Absolutely. Yeah. And are we going to see it even brighter in 2023?
People will probably be telling me I should dim it down a little.
Okay, good. Yeah, he's sitting right there. No, Austin will never tell you to dim your light, because you know what? I already know, having talked to him, he's about to make his light even brighter, right? Who here is ready to take their light and literally light everything before them in the most amazing light? Yes? Every single one of us. We are ready to take this. This is my last talk, really, in this year. Because the next talk is Christmas Eve, which will be obviously Christmas Eve's talk. And the next time we get together, it'll be January 1st. So I am priming the pump tonight. I am getting you all ready to step into a year that's not just another year. We all could have another year of same old, same old. But I got to tell you, I'm not in for that this year. I don't know what this year is going to be like. I love coming in here now and having Thor and Robbie ask me, what songs in what order and do you know? I loved what Thor said. He asked me a question. He goes, which slide do you want where, or should I get back to you in about 15 minutes? Because that's how I am rolling. And I want to roll that way. You know, Reverend Connie has stepped down from the youth department. She wants to be in this room more. And so now we are re-grooming, which, yes, I'm talking right to you, to William. So we are re-grooming. I want the youth program to not be the youth program we've had up to now. Connie was brilliant. I can't replace brilliant. I need another brilliant. Someone else with deeper ideas, bigger ideas, more expansive ideas for where we're going, which you would have had you decided to do that, but you have bigger ideas for yourself. That's how we all need to be. And I'm not saying everybody should go home and quit their jobs right now, or am I? Everybody should do what builds them, what grows them. Find that thing inside of you, let it shine, and follow the yellow brick road. Getting back to Wizard of Oz. Follow the light. So, you are not now, you never were, and you never will be limited by the size of your house. You can buy a 100-foot tree if you like. Will it fit in your living room? Sideways. If you want it. But it is up to you to decide to go out of the house. Stop being limited by this thing we call life. Understand, as I sang before this, you are nearer than the air. You are bigger than anything you could ever imagine. This stuff out here, this is just what we're doing with this stuff in here. Reverend Suzanne had a gorgeous quote for meditation. And it was something to the effect of, you are the dream that you are dreaming. It all starts here. Don't limit it by the size of your house. Decide that you are the entire universe in this one speck of light that is brighter, bigger, more expansive than anything you could imagine. I think on January 1st, we should all bring sunglasses because it's going to be so bright in here, and yet we'll all feel right at home. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. So, I'm going to do this now. So, who's here? Anybody here for the first time today? Go ahead and stand up, yes? Just stand up for a second. No. Joyce, yes, no. So Joyce, this is Joyce. She is one of the early members of the NoHo Arts Center for New Thought who just stopped in today. So welcome, Joyce. And these guys, these are the Berts, and they came... What? Hearts. No, harps, the type of clay. Oh, harps. Why did I think your last name was Bert? No. You said Bert. Harps. Ernie. Bert and Ernie. Oh, Harp and Bernie. So these are the harps. I love that. They drove all the way here from Palm Desert. No, Torrance. This morning. And they are circus people. No. You drove to Palm Desert to see me last week, but you drove here this week, and you're like right in the middle, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. Yes. My worst nightmare. The Barts, I know they're the harps. The harps have just confirmed Kevin's constant telling me I get everything wrong. Perfect. Okay, so thank you, all of you. And you guys, too. Is this your first time here? No, this is not your first time here. Is this William's first time here? Yes. William, stand up on your chair for a minute. Yeah, you can stand up on the chair. All right. So this is William. William, what do you do for a living? Are you a student? What grade are you in? Fourth grade. Well, how's that doing? Good. You're doing good in school? What do you want for Christmas? What did you say? Basketball. Basketball stuff. Are you going to be a basketball player? Yeah. So then you're going to be, if you decide to be, right? Awesome. So you're going to be a basketball player. So someday we're all going to say, we knew this guy when he was just standing on a chair in a church auditorium. And now he's, I don't know, in the 76ers, because that's the only basketball team I know of. Good for you. Well, thanks for coming and sitting through the adult service today. In the new year, we'll have a special service for kids, so special group for kids. So thank you for being here. Everybody? Awesome. Okay, so I invite you to take out your gift, your tithe, your investment, whatever you want to call it, and let's say this together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of what? Spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me. Hit it out of the park. This is funny after the talk. I've got a roof over my head. God. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Everybody. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Within a city of strangers, everybody just look to your sides. I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks or brambles fill the way, I know my friends will stay until the end. There is a power inside me. It's not a thing you can see, but on the road to this journey's end, this love will set me free through delight and despair. Always bright and always there. Everybody. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly
And here are your Global Truth Center announcements. Happy birthday this week to Dr. Joyce Bennett Hall, Reverend Connie Tibbetts Milner, Laura Wagner, Alan Cohen, Leah Larson, Aaliyah Larson, and Mark Wyrick. Coming up on the calendar, tonight at 7 p.m., we'll be presenting a Broadway Christmas, our traditional Christmas show featuring holiday classics that have a Broadway origin. This show features singing, dancing, and will be sure to put you in a holiday mood. Be part of the festivities tonight at 7 p.m. You can purchase your tickets now on our website or out at the information table. Next weekend, join us on Saturday, December 24th for our Christmas Eve candlelight celebration. We then invite you to take time with your friends and family on Christmas morning, as we'll be doing the same. Yes, the stage lights at Global Truth Center will be dark next Sunday, but we'll be returning the following Sunday, January 1st, for our first celebration of 2023. Please consider opening your holiday meal to one or two members of our spiritual family who may not have family nearby. If you are able to host someone, or if you would like a seat at the table, please contact Diane Sukanik by Tuesday, December 20th, or you can sign up at the table today outside after service. Finally, with 2023 just 2 weeks away, it's time to think about building a prosperous mindset for the year ahead. And starting January 2nd, we have just the class for you. CPR, Core Prosperity Relief with Dr. James Mellon. Start your day every morning on Zoom with Dr. James for 30 days. Imagine the abundance mindset you can build with that kind of sustained focus. You can sign up now on our website. You'll find the link on our calendar page or at our classes page. We'll see you starting January 2nd at 7 a.m. You can always find out what's going on by visiting our calendar on the website. To find it easily, just use your cell phone on the QR codes you see throughout the sanctuary. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor.
Good job. So Kevin, wait, let's see what the first, go ahead, Star. What are you going to show me? Yes, so membership. You have another week to either not re-up. You have another week to either change your membership. If there's nothing's changed and you've kept your address and everything's the same and you're going to contribute the same amount next year, then you don't need to do anything. But if you do need to make changes, they're within this next by the end of next week so that we can continue knowing what our projected income is in the coming year. And the thing about membership that's really important, certainly you saw it today, Gary and Pam, they've been in this sanctuary maybe 5 times, and yet they've been members for 5 years. Yeah, from Seattle. They're here every Sunday online, like many of you out there right now. So one of our members who has, I don't know that he's ever been in this sanctuary. He used to be in NoHo Arts Center, but he lives in Costa Rica now, right? Costa Rica? So here he is from Costa Rica.
Jambo, and greetings from the deck of the Zandam in the Indian Ocean just off the coast of Tanzania. My name is Mark Wyrick, and I'm a member of the Global Truth Center, my spiritual home. And even when I'm far-flung or when I live out of the country, I still have contact with my spiritual center because I have Wi-Fi, worldwide, almost. And I believe in supporting the center. Even though I physically can't be there with you and hug you and cheer along with you, I can from my computer, wherever I'm at. November, gratitude, right? I am grateful for the Global Truth Center. And that gratitude extends to me participating in the support of the center. I challenge each of us to support as what we can to keep this going, to keep this message alive, to keep hearing this amazing music that we get to hear every week. So that's really all I have to say. I wish you nothing but health and happiness and joy. Namaste.
Aww. And also, where are you, Mike and Pauline? Come on up. They wanted to come up and say something as well. Come on up. Oh, give me that. And they're very Christmassy, too. Yes. I'm the Christmassy. I'm wearing blue. I'm representing the Jewish community. Blue.
Hi. I think everyone knows us, it feels like. We got married, moved to California, and didn't know a soul. And this became my family. But I have to admit that for probably a year or two, I just kind of dipped my foot in because I wasn't ready to be a member. But then I started working with the youth before I had children. And, and then I started classes and found out that's really where it's at, in the classes, and getting to know each and every person. And it made such a difference to have a family so far from my family. So that's why I'm here, and I'm here almost every Sunday. If I'm in the country, I'm here. So, and the membership was so important to me. It's kind of like being a card carrier, that it makes you feel closer to each and every person. So I suggest if you haven't gotten that card yet, get it.
Mike, did you ever get your job this Christmas as Santa?
No, I'm going to go to a few homes and play the Santa.
Because you have your, yeah, great.
Yeah, $25 an hour if everybody needs me, okay? All right, that's all I got to say. I'm just kidding.
No.
Early on in our membership of a place of faith like this, we give our money, put it in the basket. Of course, times were tighter. But at the end of the year, we try to evaluate how much we gave. And since we have automatic deduction right now, I don't have to worry about that. I know my commitment is done, and it's almost carefree. You don't see it go. And of course, everybody's going to wonder, well, what do I get back with my investment? Well, look at this. It's you get back. And so early on, I gave to help keep the lights on. Now I give to keep my light on. So I'm tying you in. With his, what he has today. All right?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, guys. Wow, that's beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, Mr. Bailey, I thought you were going to come up as the Grinch. Don't do that. No, don't. It's scary.
I'll do the Grinch later. Hey, everyone. So today, Broadway Christmas, 7 o'clock this evening. I'll be out in the lobby afterwards selling tickets because I know I've already been approached by a few of you. Oh, my God, can we still get tickets? Yes, I'll be in the lobby right after service. Sign up. If you're watching online and want to join us, you can still sign up online. Right, Thor? That's okay.
Yes.
Yes. So if you're watching online...
But we're not broadcasting online. You have to be in the room live.
That's where I was going. We have broadcast Broadway Christmas before. Today, only live in the service. So if you're anywhere within a few hours drive, time to get in your car and get to Broadway Christmas tonight. It really is our last, in addition to it being just a blast of an event to see, it's also our last fundraising event of the year. So please come and support us. It is a wonderful kickoff to Christmas week, I think. Just a little note on fundraising. We will be kicking off Divine Dining events with the start of the January 2023 year. So there'll be sign-ups, not the actual dining yet. Sign-ups will be coming. We have so many great fundraising things planned for all of 2023.
If you want to host a Divine Dining at your home, let us know.
Yeah, those sheets will be going out right at the top of the new year for the whole month. So there are many exciting things we have planned for 2023, but today is the last incredible event for 2022.
Great. Smart. Okay, what else? Do I have anything else? CPR. How many of you have taken CPR? That's a lot. That's good. So CPR is an amazing... Here's the thing. If it's all about consciousness, and if it's all about the way you use your mind, then the 7 a.m. phone call, Zoom call with me, starts our day and puts our mind in the focus, the right perspective to let our lives unfold from that concept. So join me. It's 30 days. It's $5 a day. It's like a Starbucks coffee. Instead of a Starbucks coffee, you could have a consciousness espresso. I just made that up. So just join me on January 1st, and I guarantee you it's going to be an amazing 30 days. And we will be closing Mental Muscle right there on New Year's Eve. You get New Year's Day, and then on the 2nd, we're back in, focusing specifically on prosperity. Because just a show of hands, how many people would like more prosperity in 2023? And so it is. I expect to see you all there. Okay, anything else, Thor? Consciousness on Demand. Is that you, Eric? Yes. Just you? Yes. Okay, just stand up here so they can see your beautiful face. Yay. Eric Bork will be right here in the meditation room. So if something's come up today, if your yes is having a problem, go see Eric. He'll straighten you out. Okay, is that it? That is it. Come on up, folks. I invite you all to take a deep breath. There we are. So we started today's service with yes. And what I know is that every single person here has the most amazing holiday week. That life unfolds peacefully, easily, beautifully. That everybody gets exactly what they want. That Santa brings everything necessary for everyone to have the most amazing, amazing holiday season. So I just step out of the way and let that yes permeate my life. Knowing it is so, I let it be so, as we say together, and so it is. So I invite you to stand up. We are going to sing something today based on how bright your light can be. So let's just see how bright you can make it. Hit it, Robbie. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Come on, let it shine, 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 shine. Shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Come on, let it shine, 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 shine. Okay. When I greet my brother in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet my sister in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet this